So continuing on from my previous free video drum lesson teaching you 3 easy drum beats in 12/8, let's take a look at everyone's favourite thing to do on the drums, play some drum fills, again in 12/8. So if you haven't seen the previous video, I highly recommend it. You'll find a link here or beneath this video. Go over there and watch that video. It's only about 10-15 minutes long and it teaches you the basic of playing in 12/8 because we'll be expanding that in this video. So example 1, I've got a very simple drum fill for you. Of course, they're all going to be pretty simple. It's supposed to be for beginners and new drummers. I've got 3 examples for you and then a cool example at the end where I'm going to mix up all the different variations, and you can find the free PDF drum sheet music from my website. You can download it for free. The link is beneath this video, and I'll also put a link up here if you're watching on YouTube. So what I've got is a drum fill starting on beat 3, so half a bar drum fill each time, starting on beat 3, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, and the first half of the bar is just a really simple 12/8 drum beat, and of course, as later on in the video I'm going to show you, when you mix it up, you can start inserting previous drum beats you've written or learnt in 12/8 to play with these drum fills. And of course, these drum fills can all be expanded or doubled up into a full bar just by doubling it. But to start off with, let's take a look at the first example. Straight to the first drum fill. Very, very simple. 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And the reason I started up on this high tom is because the nature of triplets, playing in groups of 3, when you're playing single strokes, right, left, hand-to-hand stuff, you end up alternating hands every beat. 1, 2, right, left. And so going around the drums can be pretty tricky. So there are a few little sort of tricks, and one of them is when you're starting this sort of drum fill I'm going to show you, is to start on the tom, because then your left hand has easy access to the snare drum, and then later on it's going to be easy access to a different tom. That's the reason we're starting up here, but it'll make more sense later on. Anyway, right, left, right, left, right, left. Can't get any simpler. 3 triplet, 4 triplet. But of course it's important you practice these in context with a drum beat. Drum fills on their own are fine, but there's not much else you can do with it. So playing it with the half a bar of drum beat, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. And of course miss it like that. And the other thing you can do is what I also recommend you do is play a whole bar of drum beat and then perhaps play the drum fill twice. So that would sound something like this. Perhaps put a crash cymbal at the beginning, because naturally you're going to crash after a drum fill. And let's hear the simplified version of that drum fill played around a few times without the old microphone on so you can hear just the drums. Here we go. So example 2 is one of my favourites to play in triplets, where you split up groups of 3 into groups of 2, but it goes over 2 beats worth of triplets. So the drum fill is simply 3 triplet, 4 triplet. You can see I'm playing 2, 2, 2, but over 2 beats worth, 6 notes, you end up resolving nicely with the right hand able to come out for a crash cymbal in this example. So right, left, right, left, right, left, crash, 3 triplet, 4 triplets. And you're going to find it a little bit tricky to come back underneath your left hand to start the drum fill again for this particular example. But at sort of a medium tempo like I showed you there, it shouldn't be too hard for you to, even that sort of tempo, to come back to the snare drum. So obviously practice these drum fills like that. Don't go too fast too quickly. And then as previous examples, let's play it with a drum beat. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, show you, but with a full bar of drum beats. And I'm doubling up the drum fill there. Okay, let's hear the simplified version played up to speed, or a bit faster. Now for example 3, it's a bit of a doozy, bit of a weird one. We're still playing groups of 2, but we're going to be going down the toms like that with our right hand, and our left hand is going to stay on the snare drum. And as written, it sounds like this. 3 triplet, 4 triplet. You can see that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the group of 2 still. Which is fine if we play it with a drum beat. But what I like to do, and this is certainly the sort of a more intermediate idea, but certainly a thing that a new drummer or beginner drummer or someone just wanting to experiment with dynamics can certainly have a go at, and in my opinion makes the drum fill sound a lot better. And what we're going to do is we're going to ghost the left hand. In other words, we're just going to play it quietly. It's a little tap with the left hand, and it sounds like this. Now what happens there is the toms stand out nicely, the snare drum doesn't get in the way, and in my opinion makes the drum fill sound more melodic because we're hearing the toms and that snare drum isn't cracking through. So this is more of an intermediate idea, and this is how I want to show you how to play it, but it's not so complicated, right? You're just playing your left hand quietly, or just quieter than your right hand. And with the drum beat it would sound like this. With a full bar. And let's hear it up to speed, or again a bit faster. So for this final part of the video, I want to show you where you can take this stuff. So mixing it up. So I've given you 3 very simple drum fills, fine, but what can you do with them? Well, as I've already shown you, you can double up the length of them, and of course you can mix them up as well. You can combine 2 different drum fills together to make a whole bar, and use your imagination. You can also play with different 12/8 drum beats, specifically as I'm about to show you the 3 or 2 in this example from the previous drum lesson. So here's just 4 bars I made up. The first 2 bars have drum beats in them, 2 different drum beats taken from the previous video, and then the drum fills are basically 2 of the examples added together. The only exception is the first drum fill, when we started with. To double it, I'm going to move to the floor tom to play the second half. As I previously mentioned, because we're starting up on the tom, our right hand just happens to come out nicely through a triplet, and then the left hand nicely back to the snare drum. So this is a lovely drum fill to play a whole bar of, where you're not having to cross your hands over. So let me show you the 4 bars slowly, then I'll play them up to speed. A bit faster. Pretty cool. Let's hear it a bit faster. So there you go, 3 examples of some relatively simple drum fills, and how you can take things further with this stuff, combining it with the previous lessons' drum beats. Again, you can find the free PDF from my website. Don't forget to download it. The link is beneath this video. It should be also above here. You can also look over on the website and check out the hundreds of other free video drum lessons I've got over there, teaching you hundreds of famous and popular songs. And if you're interested, you can also check out my free drum lessons. You'll find a link at the bottom of the website, free lessons, where you get access to every single free drum lesson I've ever recorded and transcribed. Okay, well, if you've got any questions, email me, rob@drumstheword.com, and until our next drum lesson together, toodle pip, and happy drumming to you.